Long gone are the days of waiting to be seen in a doctor's office only to have that awkward conversation with your healthcare provider. WISP gives you access to sexual and reproductive healthcare from the comfort of your home. Get treatment for BV, yeast infections, UTIs, and much more delivered directly to your home or ready for pickup at your local pharmacy in less than 3 hours. The best part? WISP is discreet, convenient, and you don't need medical insurance to receive care or prescription medication. Visit us today at hellowisp.com.
A Mochi moment from Sadie, who writes, I'm not crying, you're crying. This is what I said during my first appointment with my physician at Mochi, because I didn't have to convince him I needed a GLP-1. He understood, and I felt supported, not judged. I came for the weight loss and stayed for the empathy. Thanks, Sadie. I'm Myra Ahmed, founder of Mochi Health. To find your Mochi moment, visit joinmochi.com.
Sadie is a Mochi member compensated for her story.
Hey Investies, I'm Eliza, one of the producers of this show. So if you follow Linda on social media, you probably know that she and her fellow Texas Democratic reps have broken quorum and left the state. And all this is happening because her Republican colleagues are trying to redistrict Texas to produce more votes for Trump. We're going to get into that shortly. Basically, we're not sure when we're going to go back to our normal Investies programming. But we wanted to give all of you an update on what's going on. So I sat down with Linda to talk to her about what she's doing and how she's doing. Thanks for listening. Okay, Linda, we're doing something a little bit different than our normal Investies episode. I want to start by saying that you are not recording from your normal location.
No, definitely not.
And I'm not going to ask where you are because I know that you're dealing with safety concerns right now. Knowing that the past few days have been particularly intense for you, how are you doing?
Oh man, I feel like this is such a loaded question because I feel like I've compartmentalized parts of me. So there are all these like different versions of me. And there's the version that is leading me right now, which is the fighter, the one that wants to see justice, the one that wants to see democracy win, the one that still has hope in America. That's the version that is carrying me right now. And so that one is strong and confident and has faith and hope. And then there's like the mom, in me that is here with Benny. And that one just wants to fall apart a lot of the time.
I get why you would want to. I'm wondering if you can take us all back to the beginning when you realized that you had to leave Texas with the other state reps and legislators. What happened?
I do remember feeling grateful that we had enough in our group that felt as strongly and as passionate about making the decision to break quorum. Breaking quorum for me was an easy decision. I think it definitely requires foresight. Everything that's happening right now in the United States, or at least what I think is happening in the amount of coverage that we're getting, I knew that if we took this step, this would be a result of it. And so I'm glad that we got enough colleagues to feel the same way.
And just going back to the very beginning of this process, why did y'all leave Texas?
Yeah, so there's two reasons. One is on a state level and one is on a national level, just to make this really easy to process. On a state level, we have Trump, who is asking for 5 congressional seats from Texas. Now, this is not normal behavior. You would never in the past have a president that would ever ask a governor to produce 5 Republican congressional seats. But this is the same man that also asked for 11,000 votes. So this is a pattern that he has. We're not surprised. But what angers us in Texas is that Greg Abbott has agreed to delivering 5 congressional seats, which means that we would lose 5 Democrat seats and gerrymander their districts so much so that we would turn those districts Republican. Now, what is actually happening when that takes place is that we are silencing the voices of minorities in Texas. And in the state of Texas, minorities are actually the majority. The largest population in Texas is made up of Latinos and followed by, white and then Black. And so the majority of Texans are minorities. Now, the state has already been so heavily gerrymandered that this is not reflected in the polls. So now we're going into a much more aggressive potential gerrymandering. Now I'm going to take you to where this affects the United States. It's not just about gerrymandering Texas, it is about a power grab nationally. When Trump tells us that he wants a third term, we need to believe him. And one of the ways that he's ensuring that is by acquiring more congressional seats to move in his favor.
Is there a historical precedent for what you and your colleagues are doing, or is this totally novel?
So it's really important for folks to understand that breaking quorum is actually a tool that is written into our Constitution.
That's really cool.
Yes, and I believe that Lincoln broke quorum. Someone jumped out of a window and ran in order to break quorum. And so this is a tactic that has been used in very extreme cases in order to stop a detrimental vote to democracy. So what we are doing is not illegal, and it is in fact constitutional.
So I guess I should rephrase my question, which is that it's not so much breaking quorum that's unusual, but it's what your Republican colleagues are doing that's very unusual.
Correct. Yes, exactly.
Because a census takes place every 10 years, and they're trying to gerrymander in the middle of that term, which is highly unusual.
That is correct. And in the state of Texas, that is unconstitutional. In our Texas Constitution, it is written that we will redraw a district every 10 years, followed by the census, which in this case wouldn't be until 2030. So this is why we have taken this step to try and block or at least highlight and bring awareness to what is happening in Texas, because what is happening is in Texas will not stay in Texas. We are already watching Trump engage other states to try and grab seats elsewhere.
Taking on a DIY job around the house is the ultimate summer project. But if your DIY home security system is a beware of dog sign, when your real pet is Princess the cat, that's safe-ish. To be actually safe, help protect your home with a DIY system from ADT. It's easy to install and gives you virtual assistance from ADT's technical support team. Best of all, you can tell everyone in the neighborhood you set it up yourself. Don't settle for safe-ish this summer. DIY with ADT instead. Visit ADT.com to learn more.
When you made the decision to leave the state and break quorum, you also chose to bring your son, Benny, with you. Can you tell us why?
Yes, that was a really hard decision for me to make, one that I do not take lightly. And as a mother, it was one that was necessary. The first thing is that it was summer, and so I am his primary caretaker in the summer. His father works 40 plus hours a week, and there wasn't a space for him where I felt comfortable not being present or with him, especially in the situation we are in right now. Not only that, but I knew that we would begin to receive serious threats, which we have. And there was a part of me that felt that Benny would be much more safe with me. Now, have I continued to feel that way? Oftentimes, I do not, because we had a bomb threat. And
that happened just this last week, right? Just in the last few days. Yeah.
yes, which was awful. And in that moment, I definitely regretted the decision to bring him. But I'm watching our neighborhoods under attack. I'm watching addresses get leaked. I'm watching people go to our houses. And I don't know, Eliza, that I would be able to be comfortable here knowing that my house is so exposed in our community and that anyone could just essentially break a window and get in.
Yeah. I'm just so sorry you're dealing with it. It's an immense amount of pressure that you have on your shoulders right now. You are so new to this world of politics. You're still serving your first term as a state congressperson. I just want to ask, how has this experience impacted you as a new politician?
Well, I do want to say that I think being new has benefited me because I am closer to being a constituent than I am to being a politician.
That's right.
And yes, and you know my heart and you know me. And I never intended to be a politician, and I'm certainly not gunning to be a career politician. And so my heart and my efforts are with the people. And I think that that is working in my favor. My being so naive and potentially being so brave is because I am new. I do feel the development of my character every single day. I'm also witnessing it in my colleagues. I am watching my colleagues become rising stars overnight. I mean, this is really strengthening our party. It's strengthening my colleagues. I am so proud of every single one of us. It has been one of the best masterclass experiences I've ever gone through, truly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously revealing my biases here as somebody who's worked with you now for a few years, but I'm just in awe of what you're doing. And, as a fellow citizen of this country, so grateful to you and to your colleagues for standing up to the Trump administration. It's really heartening, and it's important for us to see happening. My last question for you is, what do you want your listeners to know about your situation right now that you might not have been able to share yet in all of your, network television interviews? Is there anything that you want to say?
I just want to say that you all have helped propel me to be here. You all have amplified me. You all have uplifted me. You've believed in me. I don't know where we're headed or what is going to happen tomorrow, but I do know that I feel you all with me continuously. And I'm doing this for all of us. And I just want to really, truly express my gratitude in this exploration that we're doing together. And I also just want to encourage you all to plug in. Please do not disconnect. I know that it is heavy and I know that it's layered but this is exactly what they want us to feel. This is why we're continuously told, oh, you don't have to worry about politics. Your vote doesn't matter anyways. All of these things where we've been conditioned to not participate. And I just want you all to know that we must participate on all levels right now. The United States of America is watching, the world is watching, and it's important for us to do our part. And myself and my colleagues are really depending on everyone to pull together alongside us.
Linda, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you, Eliza. I miss you all.
We miss you too. And yeah, are just really hoping every day that you stay safe, that you and Benny stay safe.
Thank you. I'm your host, Linda Garcia. Investies is a Cosmic Standard and In Luz We Trust production. A very special thank you to the team, Asia Simpson, Eliza Smith, and Jacob Winnick.